Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video I want to show everyone on how to extract spot heights from DEM elevation model using the ArcMap ArcGIS, and this is an elevation model that was generated via a drone image, and there is a need at times to extract the elevations of each grid cells for your clients. So when you are in this kind of situation, this is how to go about it. So you can see each spot height here is representing each models. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I extract that. You can come here to see under the attribute table the eastings, northings, and the elevations of each spot height. So this can actually be used for other analysis by the engineer. Okay, so let's just get started afresh. So first off, you are expected to have your ArcMap ArcGIS open. Alright, so you close this. So under your layer, these are informations you will not see on other videos online. Under your layer, you right click to make sure you scroll down to properties to set your coordinate system. So if yours is on data frame, go to coordinate system. So you scroll to the coordinate system of where your data was actually processed on. Okay, so I have it under UTM WGS 84 Northern Hemisphere Zone 32. So this is the coordinate system of my data. So you set your coordinate system, then you click on this add data icon here, click on that. You navigate to the folder where you have your DEM file saved. So here it is, then you select and you click on add. So this is the raw data. Okay, so after you import your primary data, the next thing is to create fishnet from this data. So you click on the search icon here, then you see the search box or dialog popping up. Then under your search box, search for fishnet, then you click on enter. So the first option is create fishnet data management, so you click on that. So it's going to bring out these options. You click on this folder icon here to navigate to where you want your fishnet to be saved. So the essence of fishnet is that it is going to grid your data set into regular grid cells for easy interpolation. All right, so that is what we are about to do. So I'm going to call this grids. Okay, then you click on save. Then template extent, click on the drop down here, then you select same as layer dem.tif. all right, all this information is going to display. Then you scroll down, cell size width, cell size height, you can find that under your DEM file. So you select it under your layer, click on properties, then you can see it. In case yours is on general, click on source. So your cell size both for the width and for the height is this, but there won't be a need for you to copy this. Okay, what you are going to be copying under the raster information is your columns and rows. All right, so I'm going to close this for now. So your cell size width, you leave that blank, cell size height blank, then your number of rows. Okay, this is what you are now going to take note of under your raster information. So for this, my data, the columns is 303 while the rows is 370. Okay, so I'm just going to put for the row 370, for the column 303. Okay, then you scroll down, make sure that this is checked, create label points, check this. Then this drop down, click on it, then you select polygon. Okay, the idea or the science behind this is that each of your elevation model has grid cells. So I believe this is very okay. So you can see that each box here is standing for an elevation of this my project site. Each box is representing an elevation. You can use the identify tool to click on to check on that. So you click on identify, then you can click at a particular cell. You will see the pixel value. This is 173. That is the elevation of this region. If I click here, this is 174. If I click another, 181, and so on and so forth. So we want the ArcGIS software to help us interpolate each cells as a spot, okay, and not as a raster, but as a location, a spot. Spot height is a point that has eastings, northings, and elevation with respect to a particular datum. So that is the essence of this video. So we are going to create each location, that is each spot representing each grid cells using this fishnet. Okay, I hope you understand that. All right, so after you set all these, just like I said earlier, you click on OK. So it's going to start to interpolate and generate the spot height of each grid cells of the raster. So you just give it a while. It's going to process. Okay, so that is done. You can see create fishnets, and that is successful. So you are going to have grid label and grids. Uncheck this, you leave this grid label. So if I'm going to zoom to a particular section of my elevation, you are now going to have a better idea of what it is we just achieved now. All right, so I'm just going to change the color to be much more visible to red. All right, so you can see that this particular spot here is representing this grid cell. This is representing this grid cell. That is to say, we are going to be using this spot to extract the elevation of each of the cell respectively. Okay, so that is just what we achieved right now. So the next thing now is to clip out my extent. I'm going to add the exact boundary of my project site. So I don't want it to exceed this exact boundary, which is my project site. Okay, so in case you have your own boundary shapefile before now, you are just going to click on add to add it inside of the work environment. So here it is, and you can find out that the spot elevation, this is the boundary, and there's some spot height that is exceeding my project site. So how to clip out or choose the particular spot elevations that is just within your perimeter is just the next task we want to do. Okay, so to do that, you make sure you check back the grid label, all right, and make sure your perimeter is checked as well. Then you click on selection, scroll down to select by location, click on that, then you see select features from, you check your grid labels. Okay, let me bring this here, the grid labels, which is the location of each grid cells. Then if this only shows selectable layers in this list is not checked, click on that to check that. Then here click on the drop down and make sure your perimeter boundary is checked, which is layer for your perimeter boundary. Okay, then you click on OK. So automatically it is going to select all of the sports locations within just your project site, all right, so that you know how the SSs included. After that, you come to your grid label here, you right click, then you scroll down to data, scroll to export data, click on that. Then you see selected features, yes, you leave it as that. Then you click on this icon here, so you are going to call this spot cells. Okay, I'm going to call this spot cells, leave the extension docs small letter shp. Okay, then you click on save, then you click on OK. So it will ask you to, if you want to add it to your layer, you click on yes to add that to your layer. Okay, so you can now uncheck your grid labels here. After that, the next thing we are going to achieve, so you can see that we only have the spot cells, that is each spot elevations for each grid cells just within the project site, the perimeter, right, that has been delineated. So that is the idea. Okay, therefore the next thing is to extract the complete information of each spot cells, that is the eastings, northings, and the elevations of each spot cells. All right, so to do that, you will come to the spot cells, right click, click on open attribute table. So here you are going to add a field, so click on this drop down, this table options here, then you click on add field. So first is the X, which is the eastings. Click on the drop down of the type, select double, click on OK. Then the next one is the Y, which is the Y field, the northings field. Select double, click on OK. Right. Then lastly is the elevation field. Okay, I'm now going to add that as Z. You can make use of Z or elif, so I'm just going to short that. Okay, same double, then you click on OK. All right, so you are now going to select the X field. Select the X field. After you select the X field, you right click, then you scroll down to calculate geometry. Click on that, then you click on yes. So you can see the property here, make sure it is S coordinate of points. So the idea of selecting the projected coordinate system is that you will have the unit advantage to choose. So I'm just going to choose the unit of meters. Then you click on OK. Then you click on yes. It is going to calculate all the eastings of each spot cells and tabulate it accordingly, depending on how large your data is. All right, so these are the eastings. Then you select the Y field, right click, calculate geometry, click on yes. Then this time around you select Y coordinates. All right, then you click on OK and yes. Please, if you have watched the video to this extent and you are here to hit on the subscribe icon on this channel, do well to do so right now so that you can keep getting valuable tutorial notification freely. Thank you. All right, the Y field is done. Then the next thing, to extract the elevation of each spot cells, you have to close this. Then you click on your toolbox, your arc toolbox. All right, so here is the arc toolbox. Then you scroll down to spatial analysis tools, click on the plus icon beside that. Then you scroll to extraction, click on the plus icon. Then you select extract values to points, double click on that. Then you can see here impute point features. Click on the drop down, then you click on your spot cells. Then here you will see impute raster. Click on the drop down, then you select your DEM. So in case you are using DTM, you select that particular raster file. Okay. Then here you will now see output point features. So click on the browse icon, then you can now call this spot. So this is now spot underscore height. So this is your spot height. Okay, then you can now save. Then you leave every other thing as default. Then you click on OK. So it is extracting all the elevations to the spot cells. So you can close your arc toolbox. The work is done. It is still extracting the elevation of each point. Okay, so here it is under the layer. It is done. So this stage you can now uncheck your DEM. All right, so we have the spot height data here. So you right click here, then you click on open attribute table. So therefore you are now going to see the eastings, northings. The elevation column is still blank, but if you swipe, you are now going to see the raster value. The raster value is the elevation value. So therefore you will now select the field of the elevation. After you select, you right click, then you scroll down to field calculator, select field calculator, click on yes. So therefore you are now going to see elevation equals, you will now select raster value, double click on that, so let it appear here, so that your raster value will equate the elevation of each locations. Okay, so after it appears here, you click on OK. It will start assigning the raster value to the elevations. Okay, just like what you have seen here. So I can make this bigger. So this is how to extract elevations from DEM. So you can see the eastings, northings, and the elevation. So this field can now be selected, right click, and you can delete the raster value field. So we are now good to go with the complete information. Okay, so therefore you are good to go. If you find this video helpful and informative, do well to hit on the subscribe icon, as well as turn on your notification on this channel to keep getting valuable tutorial freely. Thank you. See you in the next video.